opportunity to profit. I'm trying to keep volume low. Please keep all questions till the end. With that said, you guys could add them in the chat, but I'm saying I'll get to them throughout and more towards the end. With that said, I'm just going to have to dive right in. We'll wait about 30 seconds for more and more to join us. You know what we have early, because I have premium packages out, including, I don't know how it felt like this, but I guess because I wasn't looking ahead, but we have 2 5% today. One in UFC, one in the NBA. And because of that, I got to respect my subscribers. So I can't share them with you. So instead, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through every NBA game and tell you what I like, side and total. And you could draw your conclusions. I'll go through the NHL and I'll go through Major League Baseball. Now, as I said, my problem today is keeping volume low. So I'm going to have to see how we do early and see if we could add some more later in the day. Because my job is to protect my subscribers and navigate through 2026. I have one goal only. And that's when December 31st rolls around, for us to be in that 0.5% of bettors that could actually say we made money betting sports in 2026. Because I promise you, when December 31st rolls around, everyone bragging about how much damage they're doing, when you ask them their bottom line for 2026, very few pick sellers, handicappers, bettors, call them what you will be sharing their 2026 results. Because we already know how few profit long-term. Fortunately, we're amongst those few, and the numbers do not lie. So, real early, Detroit and Orlando. I like Orlando and the over. With that said, I have seen resistance on the Orlando side. There was some sharp money on Detroit. So there's a difference of opinion there. I have to follow the power ratings, but that's why I only made it a 3%. Because as you see, the power ratings have really been producing for us. So before we move forward, we have to rewind, because the bottom line is transparency. If you're in the sports betting industry, you better be sharing your results. If you're following anyone who's not sharing their results, you're making a huge mistake, because there's nobody on the planet that's hiding the fact they're profitable. Okay? If anyone's profitable for 2026, they're not hiding it. If anyone's profitable long-term, they're not hiding it. Okay? Here's where we sit right now. Okay? This is the bottom line. We profited in February. We picked up a little bit of money in January. We crushed February. We bled out in March. And right now we are back where we should be, up nicely for 2026. Okay? Right now we are up in NHL. We are up in NBA. We are up in Major League Baseball. We are up in WNBA. We finished in profit in NFL. We finished in profit in college football. We are up. And that's the bottom line, okay? This isn't for me to tout and promote, but we have to go over results. But those results are based on managing that risk correctly, all right? So how do we do that? How have I been able to survive that losing streak that's going to come no matter how good of a year you have? Let me repeat that. No matter how profitable of a year you have, you will have to survive some horrific runs. And if you don't manage your risk correctly, you will wipe out your bankroll during those runs so that any edge you have becomes irrelevant. So I learned through counting cards, and if you sign up for the year, if you're a yearly subscriber, you get that for free, whether you're going to play blackjack or not. Watch that course. In fact, go through it 2 or 3 times. It will explain risk management and the long term so clearly it will open your eyes like it did mine. And I was able to carry that over in the sports betting and finally become profitable by bet sizing correctly. And the way I do it is simple. We rate plays at WagerTalk between 1% and 5%. That's a rating. That's not a bet size. Okay. I recommend to my subscribers to bet size a quarter of that rating. So if I send out a 4% play, what's a quarter of 4%? 1%. So you should be betting 1% of bankroll on a 4% play. So what does that mean? We're betting 0.25 on a 1%, 0.50 on a 2%, 0.75 on a 3%, 1% of bankroll on a 4%, and 1.25 on a 5%. So with a $10,000 bankroll, we're never betting more than 125 on the dog or to win 125 on a favorite. Let me repeat that. On a $10,000 bankroll, I'm never betting more than 125 on a dog or to win 125 on a favorite. That allows me to overcome any negative stretch, and more importantly, allows me to keep my risk of ruin to where I'll double my bankroll 8 out of 10 times. I'm comfortable with that ratio. To do that, okay, we need a nice amount of units, 400 of those. Okay. So if you're betting, $10,000 bankroll, you're breaking that down into $25 units. And the most you're putting is 5 units on a bet. And let's be honest, how many out there with a 10-dime bankroll are only betting $100? $80 on average. Very few. Well, that's why 99.5% of sports betting accounts have negative lifetime earnings. That's the bottom line. You want to go for riches overnight? Have at it. I hope you get there. But keep in mind, the odds are stacked against you. So early, what do we have? Orlando and the over. We got the Orlando and the over in that early game. Now, bottom line, my goal is to get to 400 units. Once I have my subscribers at plus 400 units, we have doubled our bankroll. That's when we reassess. Until we double our bankroll, we simply grind. So you already determined based on your bankroll what each play should be bet. So if you have a $10,000 bankroll, when I send out a 4%, boom, you know to bet 100 automatically, regardless whether we're up or down this week, this month, whether we won yesterday or lost yesterday. None of that should matter. Your job is to find outs so that you can only bet good numbers. And if you can't find a good number, then you pass and wait for another bet. Because I'm going to be giving you a lot of information. I'll give you plenty of volume that you never have to bet bad numbers. Because if you're taking bad numbers, I can't help you. Okay? Now, yeah. Again, I maybe should have saw a little resistance on Orlando. I probably should just unloaded on the over and passed on the side. But we're just seeing things so good right now in NBA. And the power ratings are so on point. What am I going to do? I got to stick to it. So here's what we have so far for premium subscribers. Let me go through the action so you guys know what we're sitting at right now. The early game, we have the over is a 4%, and we also have Orlando plus 3. We bought the hook or all the way down to 2. Okay? Now, what else can I share? I haven't released a Major League Baseball premium yet because we have some college baseball. Now, college baseball has been free money historically, but I'm down this year in college baseball. Okay? In fact, college baseball, I'm down 32 units in college baseball. It's cost us money so far. But historically, it's been so profitable for me, I continue to bet and release them. I don't handicap them, but I trust the source. All right? Again, you bet what you're comfortable with. That's key. Now, I haven't confirmed. These are all I think one of them goes early. Most of them will be going off by noon. So I'll have some finals early to see how we've done. What I'm going to do for you guys on this Steam Room, I'm going to give you all the baseball. Okay, I don't have a Steam sheet out today. That's by design because I have the Steam Room open, and there's not enough time for me to handicap multiple markets, sift through all the accounts and moves that are coming in, determine whether I should bet more on them and release as premiums, and then also add stuff to the Steam sheet. It's just too much. And I realized when I forced that much work, our results, it cost our results, and I don't want that. I would rather minimize that by keeping the workload manageable. All right. So that's why I will share it all here. Let's do that right now. I will get into baseball because, like I said, I haven't released any Major League Baseball premium play. So pull up your odds logic screen. At the very least, your WagerTalk screen, because I'm going to go through the Major League Baseball games in rotation order. All right. So we're going to start off at the top, 901, 902, Miami, San Francisco. And I'm going to share with you what I have. Sharp, square, all that nonsense. All right. So here we go. Miami, San Francisco. I have no opinion on the side. I did see sharps over 7.5. I'll let you know on anything that I also agree on. I don't have an opinion there. But again, I take a percentage of these accounts. So obviously I want them to win. Skip Colorado Mets, move down to 905, 906, San Diego and Arizona. Now, in this one, I like Arizona, and I also like the under. The problem there is the over got steamed, but that was at 14.5 and 15. We're now looking at 16. I like the under 16. I will revisit that and see whether I fire a premium play. I also like Arizona based on my power ratings, which have Arizona should be about a minus 122 favorite in this game. All right. But again, I will revisit that and determine whether I will be releasing a premium or betting that. Now, Pittsburgh and Milwaukee, steam on the over in the Pittsburgh at 8. Also some sharp money on Milwaukee. I don't really like that side, to be honest with you, but I do like the over in the total at 8. Philly and the Athletics, sharp money on the under 8.5, and Philadelphia as well. I kind of agree with both of those. I like Philly and the under there. Cubs and the Dodgers. Public and sharps are on the Cubs, and the over, sharps are on the under 9.5. So a difference of opinion between betting syndicates and the public. Cleveland, Toronto. Nothing really to share there. Saw some sharp money at under, but that was at the opener, the overnight line of 8. Minnesota, Tampa Bay. Now, saw sharp money on the overnight at over 8. But in the accounts today, I saw under 8.5. So take that as you will. I passed. Don't really have anything that I would look for a premium. I do lean Minnesota a little bit, and that attracted some sharp money also on the Minnesota side. Now, Oakland and Texas, nothing to share there. Sharp money on the over at 7.5. That's gone. That was overnight, I think. That's why we're looking at 8 right now. So the sharps are on the Athletics and the over. LAA and Kansas City, I like the under, and the under also got steam, but that was at 9. That's why I haven't been able to release it. I'll revisit it at 8.5. Again, these are all late games. It's 10 a.m. Vegas time. Those aren't going off for 6 hours. Between now and then, we will have NBA games and finals. We will have UFC starting. So there's no rush for me to confirm any of these. This is what would be on the Steam sheet. And then from the Steam sheet, I would confirm as premiums as I handicap and put the games through my power ratings. and then I would release. So again, there's no rush for that to happen. I also lean Kansas City, Yankees and Houston. Public's on the Yanks and the over. Sharps are on the under. And I even saw some Houston plus 1.5. I saw Houston run line in multiple accounts. So it seems like the public's juicing the Yankees up to where, and they're run lining the Yankees. So it's giving up some value on the run line for Houston. Seattle, St. Louis, sharp money on the over today at 7.5. Yesterday, the overnight went under 8. I like the over also. Seeing public on Seattle, gun the head, I'd take St. Louis, but they're going to regress. That's the problem. So I don't really have an opinion there. Washington and the White Sox, sharp money on the under, 9 under 8.5. Unfortunately, we're looking at 8 right now. I have a decision to make. I'll probably pass. Detroit, Cincinnati, sharp money on Cincinnati at even money and about minus, 101, 102. That's why they're now slightly favorite. So that's all the baseball that would be in the Steam sheet. All right. Go through some of those totals real quickly again. Over Pittsburgh, under Cubs, under Tampa, under Yankees, under Philly, under Washington, over Seattle. Sides for you, Cincinnati, Kansas City, Minnesota, Philadelphia, and Arizona. So that's some of the sharp action in Major League Baseball. Now, don't worry, I won't keep you long today because I have a lot of work to do, baby. We are crushing right now. Number 1 last 3 days, number 1 last 7 days. I don't even look anymore, to be honest with you. I just know from the accounts. Once I log in, the first thing I do is log in the account before I even check my bank accounts. I check bank accounts every day, but before I even do that, I log into the accounts and I know whether we won or lost based on whether we went up or down from yesterday. Now, there's NHL playoffs also. So let me share some NHL playoff action for you. Now, I released one play and that's it. A 4%. I am perfect in the NHL playoffs. I've been very selective, 3-0. I wait until there's a play that my power ratings reflect value. And one of the groups that I get specifically hockey from, they originate when they bet it. Not a different group that's just betting hockey, because I don't know if they're just picking off numbers, scalping, who knows what they're doing. But when it's my originators betting NHL, then I release. And that's why it's been so selective. This will only be the 4th playoff bet I've released all postseason. Obviously, I'm sitting number 1 in profit. And more importantly, I finished the season number 1 in profit in NHL. So after finishing the NHL regular season number 1 in profit, thanks to my power ratings and my originator, I am now a perfect 3-0 in the NHL playoffs. Oh, and what a week it's been in NBA playoffs. 10-0-1. That's what these power ratings have produced. Remember what we did. I kept it real. I tell you honestly, when we get to the playoffs, I'm flying solo most of the time. Up until the playoffs, I have a lot of access to sharp information because I provide accounts for groups and individuals that win in particular markets. But when the playoffs come, these guys are looking for props, team totals, like the smaller derivative shit. They're not betting sides and totals because they think those lines are tight. They'll bet on occasion when there's a narrative and a bias that the books are forced to over adjust. But otherwise, they're not really doing that. So I take over. And by that time, I have so much data behind my power ratings, I trust them. And we crushed the bowl games. We crushed the NFL playoffs. We crushed, what's it called? what other playoffs was it? Postseason. But and March Madness is where we got hurt, where we were winning up until like the final week, and we did bad, and then ended up costing us. But now in NBA playoffs, you see what the power ratings are doing, and you see what it's doing in NHL. And Major League Baseball, we are sitting nicely ahead for 2026. Been sitting in that top 5 in profit. I am very confident with the long baseball season. When the dust settles, I will be top 3 in profit. Because again, we have such a big sample size when it comes to baseball data. Our power ratings are really on point. So let me go over this NHL real fast. Ottawa, Carolina, I really don't have much to share, except historically, team like Carolina up 3-0 has closed it out more times than not. Even though they're on the road, they've closed it out close to 6 out of 10 times. And that's why you have Ottawa in a must-win situation, but as an underdog, because, historically, those teams haven't been able to extend it. And obviously, on paper, Carolina is the better team. Dallas and Minnesota, nothing to share here. Even from the public, I'm seeing a little bit more Dallas maybe. But yeah, I can't even really say that because I think it's just more on a couple straight bets, but parlay money's tied into more on Minnesota. And then Philadelphia and Pittsburgh. Philly's getting money from the public to close this one out. And historically, those teams in Philadelphia's situation, up 3-0, have closed it out 7 out of 10 times historically when they're playing that game 4 at home like Philadelphia does today. That's why even though the books open Pittsburgh as the favorite, that's flipped, and you now have Philly as favored. Even on paper, I didn't think Pittsburgh was all that much better. In fact, let me look at my NHL power ratings, and I'll tell you right now what I had. I had Philadelphia as the 7th best team. Oh, and I had Pittsburgh as the 13th best team. So I had Philly as the better team anyway. So why is there a surprise? All right, Philly ends it today. Philly ends it today. Am I going to bet it? We'll see. We'll see. There's time between now and then. I'll see if my originator comes in on him. So far, he hasn't. He's come in on one that agrees with me. That's up available at WagerTalk.com. Now, I will get to the NBA and then a little MMA and your questions so I can get out of here. Because like I said, I owe my subscribers. I owe my subscribers my time on Saturday because the opportunity to do damage is upon us. All right. We're already, I think we're coming off a winner with Praha in soccer. Go over to WagerTalk. I think I shared a couple free premiums there in college baseball and soccer. Should be up there for you. Always check WagerTalk.com for free picks because I share a lot of those smaller market stuff. I always make sure that, I think I may be able to share something right here. All right, you guys ready? College baseball. Here you go. Florida State, Stanford, over 11.5. Florida State, Stanford, over 11.5. Good to minus 130. I would also go over 12 in Stanford, over 12 in Stanford. And that is available. In fact, I am betting it right now, over 12 at minus 110. I would release this as a premium. Actually, I am. No, I gave out 5 college, man. I don't want to give more than that. See, this is what sucks, trying to stay like tight on my, what's it called? Yes, there's even 11.5s in the system, man. I almost got to give it out as a premium just because I just bet it too. And then the second one, let me give you the second one. Also, it's Texas A&M, Florida, over 12.5. Also good at -113. That over 13, forgive me, that's also available. So these two are available. Fuck, this is where I'm stuck, man, because I want to give them out as premiums, but I can't because I can't give you guys 30 fucking plays. So as you know, I just bet them. I just bet them as 3%. So you know, again, we're making enough money that it ain't that bad. But just so you know, we have over Texas A&M Florida and over Florida State Stanford. Over 11.5 Florida State Stanford, good at 12. Over 12.5 Texas A&M Florida, good at 13. You just got 2 3% premium plays that won't be released because, again, I already gave out 5. I got to limit it per market. That's what I told myself. I won't give more than 5 when we have multiple markets, and I reached my limit. So, like in MMA, maybe I'll go 6 if forced. You know, like if I have not forced, if I love, or even in other sports, but I can't. I because it's too overwhelming to most subscribers, to the majority, and I got to look out for the group as a whole. It really is. And then they start to mismanage their risk because of it, because they're underfunded and they're missing bets and and it makes it ugly. So a day like this where we're betting multiple markets, where there's a lot of volume, I'm going to try to keep the volume as tight as possible. And if anything, at least they wait until early games or final to see how we did, knowing you guys will have more funds in your accounts and we take it from there. So let me get the basketball. Let's see where we're at. All right. All right. Phoenix, Oklahoma City. The under just got hit again. The under just got hit again. And also Phoenix, as you can see, Phoenix is getting hit also again. I don't like it, to be honest with you. I actually like the Thunder today. I think Oklahoma City gets it done, but I'll respect that sharp money and not mess with it. But I actually do lean Oklahoma City on the road. But again, not a game I'm going to get involved with. Power rating wise, I made the game 10, which is why I couldn't really mess with it at 9.5. Now at 8.5, it really is borderline because I could buy the hook down to 8, and my power rating is 10. Yeah, I mean Oklahoma City's looking pretty good. But again, I have no reason to rush anything. Excuse me. I'm there. The public, they're taking Phoenix also, and they're actually betting it under. A little bit surprised there that they're betting this one under. They usually bet the OKC games over, even though they're the second best. Now, power rating wise, we know who's better. The difference is strength of schedule, because Oklahoma City, I have top 5 offense, top 3 defense, but 28th strength of schedule. Phoenix, they're barely in the top 30 offensively. They barely almost cracked the top 5 defensively, but they had the second toughest schedule. Tough schedule. That matters. Knicks, Atlanta. Got some public money on the Knicks. That's why you're looking at 2, open 1.5. Also saw some sharp over money, and it looks like the public is also on the over there. Again, that was at 214. At 215.5, we saw a little under. So that's where you see the difference of opinions, especially when you get to the playoffs and these lines are so tight in the Nuggets and the T-Wolves. Public's actually betting this game under the total, and they are on the Denver Nuggets. I make this one a coin flip. I thought the series actually coming in, I have Denver power rating as the 6th best team, and I have Minnesota as the 8th best team. I had them very comparable to each other power rating wise. So let me talk MMA real quick, and then I'll look at your questions because I really got to get to work, man. sorry, it's just that kind of day where I owe it to my subscribers. I just want to give them so much opportunity to make money. It's just that kind of day. Sterling and Zala, main event. Two durable guys. That's why the over's juice. So the judges should get involved. That's where I think it's a dog or pass situation. Listen, Zalal's got the momentum, younger. At his career, he's peaking where Sterling's at the end of his career. So I see why Zalal's the favorite. But yeah, to me, it kind of a dog or pass. Because when I look at Sterling's losses, I mean, they're now, forget early in his career. Now, it's, top guys. And is Zalal a top guy? Well, we're going to find out, because this is a step up in competition. He's coming off a nice win against Emmett. He beat Cater. But again, this is a step up. Dumont Edwards, not surprised seeing sharp money coming on Edwards because of the situation where this judges should get involved. I think it's like -500 at the over 2.5. Both coming in on hot streaks. Here's the big difference and why Dumont's such a big favorite. It's strength of schedule. I remember just off the top of my head, I think Edwards' UFC wins come against opponents that only won 40% of their fights, where Dumont's opponents won close to 70%. So we're talking day and night strength of schedule. Now, you can only fight who's in front of you, so we can't really punish Edwards because she's beating who's in front of her. But that's of late with 4 straight wins. When we zoom out a little bit, when she stepped up in competition, she wasn't able to get it done. She stepped up against Aylin Perez. She got a loss. And that was coming off the Nora Cornell loss. So she had her back against the wall and couldn't get it done. That's where I'm a little hesitant. Now, at the opener, I understand why they took Edwards. And at that number, I agree with it. But where it is right now, I don't think I could get involved with Dumont, at under 2-1. Because at 2-1, I do think she could win this fight 1 out of 3 times. Now, Hernandez Garcia, I've seen difference of opinions here. Sharps on Garcia at plus money, which made sense. This is a coin flip fight. And then when it came down really low, I did see some Hernandez money at about -110. So when it got down to a coin flip, they did take a little bit of the Hernandez. Now, it's a good card, decent card here at the Apex. I have a 5%. I fired. We are going to get closing line value, which means I did my job. We got down at a better number that the market's going to close at. That's why it did warrant a 5%. That's what I'm looking for. Make sure we get the best of it. We did that. So now he's got to go out there and do his job. With that said, let me see what questions we have and make sure you take advantage of the specials we got running. Remember, go long-term, bro. Don't jump around. If you're going to jump around, don't use me. I don't want to disappoint you. Please take your money. There's other cappers out there that I'm sure have big plays that are on hot streaks that you could pick off and try to time when they're going to win. The subscribers I'm looking for are those that want to be partners with me, that we could come in here on SteamRooms and go over things together each week. Now, this one's open, so it's not intimate like we do when we have our own private subscriber one. And I could answer their questions and help navigate, make sure we're where we should be. Because if I'm up for the year, they should be up for the year also. And if they're not, then we have to revisit our thesis. And our thesis is simple. I've done this a very long time, and I've built a network of winning wise guys and betting syndicates in different markets that I provide accounts for. So I have access to this information, coupled with my own experience and history. I'm able to beat this market long term, which is the only reason this point in my life I'm still doing this. Otherwise, I'd be investing my capital elsewhere. Thank God I've been blessed and I won't call it lucky. I've been blessed. Luck has nothing to do with it. It's all God. It's all glory to God. Has nothing to do with luck. I'm very unlucky, to be honest with you. I'm not a lucky dude. But I'm very grateful for God's grace. And because of that, I'm not in any position where I have to do stupid shit. What's the word I'm looking for? Overlook my morals out of desperation. We've all been there. Listen, you got bills to pay. You got kids to feed. You got evictions you're looking at. You got to do what you got to do. I respect the man, and I never judge any man for what they got to do. I promise you. And I say my history is an open book. I'm not proud of a lot of things. I'm proud of a lot of things, but not everything. And there's nothing I won't discuss because I think, if anything, the mistakes I made could be learning for others. I made them. Again, I rest assured, any mistake I've made, I've paid for. I have paid for. Nobody outruns their mistakes. Like the life I'm living today is a product of choices I made over the last decade. It has nothing to do with what I'm doing today. What I'm doing today, I'm going to benefit from it years from now. Don't ever forget that. The work you're putting in right now, you will not benefit from today. Very few things you will benefit instantly from. Most things take time to benefit from. That took me a while to learn. I wish I knew these things younger, which is why I'm not ashamed to talk about drug use that I've had, gambling debts that bankrolls that I've lost, just stupid shit that I've done in my life to get to where I am. It's a journey, man. Life isn't easy. Some have it easier than others. Some have guidance. Some have, good parents. Some have bad parents. Some don't have parents. Like, everyone's ride is different, which is why I don't judge anybody. And with that said, I like to use my experiences as examples for others, what to do, what not to do. And the things not to do, honestly, is don't go against your conscience. That's the number one rule. Anytime I've ever done that, it's always backfired. Like, trust your intuition, trust your gut. There's a reason we have it. That's a lifetime of experience reminding us. Again, that takes so long to learn, man. It takes so long to learn. So I'm not going to preach. I'm going to get to your comments and questions. But what I'm getting at is, every single day, bro, you have an opportunity to do right. Like, you can't change the fucking past. No matter how much you lost, how much whatever it is, let it go. Let it go. Like, that's the best thing you could do for yourself, is let it fucking go. Stop punishing yourself for it. Stop reminding yourself about it. Cover up that hole and let it go. It's hard to do, easy to say, but if you do it, it will be fucking life changing. And let that shit go. Every mistake you've made, let it go. Whether that's bad money management, bad relationship management, bad diet management, whatever you're struggling with, let that shit go. Start fresh every fucking day. We're blessed. If you woke up today, you are so blessed. You know how many people didn't wake up? How many people thought they were going to be here today that aren't here? So many, bro. So many thought they had the day that don't have today. But last night they thought they did. We do. We do. So there's no fucking reason we are not given that opportunity to start today, to do what we think is right. By all means, by everything. Like, let our fucking past go. Through the grace of God and Jesus Christ, you're forgiven. Your sins are forgiven. Like, you don't even have to do anything. Someone else did that for you. That's how lucky we actually are. Like, we don't even have to do anything to repent. We just have to want to. And every day we have an opportunity to do the right thing by ourselves, our family, God who's granted us this life. So let that shit go and start doing, you know what to do. You know the right things. I don't need to tell you. You know when you're over betting. You know when you're chasing. You know when you're fucking up with relationships. You know when you're not budgeting correctly. All that stuff, man. And every day you have an opportunity to put that knowledge to fucking use. So let's do it. Let me get through those comments and let's make some fucking money today so we could take care of those that we love and love us. It's a beautiful day. All right. I don't know about the Hurricanes, brother. I wish I did. I'd be all over Kalshi and Polly myself. I wish. Attaboy, Ramirez. Thank you for spelling that out, my man. Martinetti. Who's Martinetti? Forgive me for my ignorance. Oh, you're talking about UFC. I'm like, I have so many things with Davey Grant. Yeah, I think there's a bad spot for Davey Grant. And at this price, it's Martinetti or pass. Just because of where the line moved. Martinetti opened as a favorite in some markets, and especially the first book that opened. So, yeah, at this price, it is dog or pass. I couldn't lay this price on Davey Grant. And he's rejuvenated his career of late. But, there's an expiration date. Once you get over 35 years old in sports, there's an expiration date. There's few, guys that could do it after that. William, thank you. Hello, boys. Well, hello to everyone. Good morning. God bless to all. Jack, turning 1,000 into 2,500, that's a great goal. Very hard to do. Let me explain. The benchmark is the S&P 500, right? We all say, Warren Buffett actually had said there's very few, almost none traders on the world that could outperform the S&P 500. So what is the S&P average return? Okay. Dating back to 1957, the S&P returned about 10% a year. Over the last 10 years, it's around 12% a year. We won't adjust for inflation. We'll keep it simple. So we'll say, you know what? We'll say even better. Let's say it's 15% a year. So the S&P, which is America's best companies, the strongest economy on the planet, if you invested in it, you're returning 15% a year. So if you have $1,000 and you're starting with $1,000, at the end of this year, after 12 months, if you're up $150, you should be very happy. You should be ecstatic. So that means after next year, because you're going to let that now you don't have 1,000. Now you have 1,150. Now that 15%, the next year is on 1,150. So now your return, now you're not at 1,300. Now you're at 13 and change after 2 years. So you've invested $1,000. You started your business with $1,000. 2 years has passed, and you have a little over 300 in profit. You name me one sports bettor on the planet that would be happy with those returns. I'll wait. Yeah. Well, that disconnect is why 99.5% of sports bettors lose money, and why 99.5% of sports bettors will continue to lose money. That's why. Because they want a big score. They're not realistic. They're not realistic in their business and their return. What do you think you're going to do? Open a business with $1,000 and make $1 million? Even start a business with $100,000. What do you think you're going to make? If you start a business tomorrow with $100,000, what do you think you should make in 12 months after you pay for your insurance, your employees, any interest on loans you've taken? Oh, your electric, your rent. Oh, all that. What should you have off your 100,000? 10 grand, 20 grand? Right? We'd all be happy with that, wouldn't we? We'd be ecstatic. Most small businesses aren't profitable until at least 5 years. So for 5 years, you're working for nothing. You're losing money. That's reality, bro. That's reality. That's how the world works. But unfortunately, most sports bettors, they don't learn it from the world. They learn it from the internet. That's not reality. That's not reality. That's why it's the internet. That's the problem we have. See, I got lucky. I was raised around real human beings. So through osmosis, this was learned. And I knew about reality soon, quick. Reality slapped you in the face quickly. before the internet. Now with the internet, that's not the case. Just look on Instagram. It keeps all our youth depressed because on Instagram, everybody's rich and famous and banging tens in Miami. And obviously 99% of us aren't doing that. So we're depressed. But bro, that's not reality. Just like that's not reality of the true world. In sports betting, making $1 million off your 10 grand isn't reality. What's going to happen is you're going to lose your 10 grand. That's reality. Trying to make $1 million. Believe me, you're looking at someone that did it every fucking possible way. Bro, I took buses to Atlantic City when I was an underage. I wasn't old enough. I had fake ID, and I used to take these buses that it was a cigarette store that did it was back then, okay? Here's what they would do. You could have a business where they were called junkets, and you would have a deal with the casino and say, I'm going to bring you 50 players, and what are you going to give me? And you solicit each casino, and whoever gives you the best deal, here's what you run. In Philadelphia, which is about an hour from Atlantic City, you offer people a trip to Atlantic City for free, and on top of it, they get a roll of quarters when they get there. So for each person you bring to Atlantic City, the casino is going to give you $100. And you're going to give that person $20 in quarters to drive them there. It's a great deal, right? It's a great deal to bring business to the casino, all right? People were doing that for, I can't believe I just lost my train of thought. See, when I'm all over the place like this, this is what happens. This is what happens. I lose my train of thought, which is why I need my SteamRoom and my subscribers to remind me what we were getting at. But that's not important. I was talking about the turning small money into big money. Well, what I was getting at is I've tried everything you could imagine. I've tried every gambling game from Red Dog to craps to roulette to blackjack to everything you could imagine. I went from high volume to low volume to waiting until everything. I tried every bankroll management, every system you could ever fucking come up with. And at the end of the day, it's the same as dieting. There's been one simple solution to losing weight. Burn more calories than you take in. And yet since the beginning of time, people have been looking for an easy solution. Why? Because doing that's hard. It's hard to burn more than you take in. You got to get off your ass. You got to motivate yourself. You got to have discipline, patience. Those things take time. Right? So because of that, what happens? Half of the country is obese. That's what ends up happening. Until a little magic pill came out with Ozempic. We'll talk about that another day. A lot of side effects and a lot of down negative to that, right? That's kind of like the algorithms at Polymarket for our industry, right? But what I'm getting at is there's no shortcut. There just isn't. Now, there may be that 1 in a million that gets lucky and falls through the cracks and puts in that $10 parlay and wins $1 million. But for that 1 in a million that does it, that means there's 999,999 people that lost their money. Don't let that happen to you, man. Be realistic. Be realistic in your expectations, and you'll do fine. But think you're going to 10x your money in a month, you're going broke. Let me end the suspense for you. You're going broke. Now, I can't help you. Nobody's helping you. I'm 10-0-1 this week in NBA playoffs, and I can't help you. Because I'm not going to go 15-0-1. That's not happening. I might, but I'm not going to go 25-0-1. Maybe. But no, that's not happening either. Now, Orlando plus 325, no good, no good. You're overpaying. You're overpaying. No. Sorry, Nick. Yeah, I have relationships with particular guys. And yeah, I don't like to share their stuff. All right, Pistons Magic, that already started. Let's go. Yeah, use that. Yeah, take advantage of the odds logic, bro. Take advantage of the free week. Just oddslogic.com/ace and get a free week and see what that system is. You'll see sharps plays. They're setting up arbitrage. I think that's still in beta. Like, you'll see why I brag about odds logic, and I don't get anything fucking for it. I wish I was a partner in that. I wish Rick would have said, hey, we're launching line service and we're looking for capital. You want to invest? I'd have been the first to fucking invest. I promise you that. But I didn't get that opportunity, unfortunately. So. They got to pick up the scoring in Orlando, huh? Yeah, if you partner with me, bro, seriously, partner with me. Take advantage of this. Wait, like, don't come. You don't have to do this today. You don't have to do it this week, this year, this month, even. I've dedicated. I'm going to do this for another couple years, all right? Wait and do it the right way. Do it the right fucking way. Don't go jumping around. Wait until someone's hot. Like, actually approach it like a business, knowing you're going to have ups and downs. We're going to have some Monday afternoons where we got to pay our employees. We got to pay our rent, our overhead. So we lost money today. It's going to suck. But then Friday night coming and we have a line wrapped around the fucking block. And guess what? Our overhead's the same. But all that extra money's all fucking profit. Treat it like that. And I promise you, good things will happen. Good things will happen. All right. Yeah, man, 5% plays, bro. I don't time them. Like, for me, that's bad because now someone will just buy the day and get everything for like one price. I'm the worst at selling picks. Let me tell you that. I'm terrible at this. I'm 10-0-1. Do you know how much I should be selling today? I should be doing nothing but making fucking TikTok videos and Instagram videos talking about how I'm 10-0-1. And this one's stronger than all 11. This one's so fucking strong. It's stronger than all 11 combined, in fact. This is the biggest bet I've made in the last 7 years. That's what I should be saying. And I'd make a shitload of fucking money doing it. And whether it won or lost, big deal. The people that win, they're going to be happy. If I lose, they'll be pissed, but there'll be others coming back. Dudes, unfortunately, that's the fucking business today. But you got to be able to comb through that nonsense, bro, and see the real gold. There is legitimacy out there. We're out there. We're here. We're fucking here. It's on you to find us and to be able to differentiate when you do. But when you jump on board for a week and it happens to be the 1 week I lose and you draw the conclusion, oh, he's fake, he's phony, even though I'm fucking up for the year, I can't help you. I can't predict what week you want to bet. I can't predict what day you decide you want to fucking bet. That's not on me. Bro, whether this 5% wins or loses today, the worst that's going to happen is I'm still going to be like 60% on those 5% over the last fucking year. Like, I'm not doing that to take the pressure off myself. I'm just saying, being honest with you. That's how I approach it. I want to win every single bet, but I know that's not fucking possible. But I trust that I do it the right way. I only find plus EV spots. And when the dust settles, I'm going to be ahead. But I know I'm going to place a lot of good bets that lose because that happens every day. Just like bad bets win every single day. Every minute of the day, a bad bet wins. But every minute of the day, 10x, bad bets lose. That's why the house makes money. But don't think that, good bets don't lose. Good bets lose all the time. every day. I lose good bets every day. Every day I lose good bets. And I've won some bad ones. That's for sure. I've placed some bad bets and gotten lucky. Here, I'll tell you yesterday. Didn't we get lucky yesterday on a bet? What did we have? Oh, yeah, I got lucky on Philadelphia. I got lucky on Philadelphia against Boston. I took a bad number. Like I said, I don't use my bet. I use my betting syndicates, but if they don't bet and I have a strong play, I'm still going to fire. And I like Philadelphia, but my timing was off. And Philadelphia covered easy at +9, 9.5. But I got down early at like +8.5. And that was a bad bet because on 2 hours later, I could have got 9.5. So if I'm getting down my subscribers at +8.5, but they could have got 9.5 later, dude, that's not good advice. That's not a good bet. That's me not doing my job right. That's going to happen on occasion when we're trying to get out ahead of the market. But my subscribers will tell you that 8 out of 10 times at least, we are getting ahead of the market. But there are going to be those times where no. And then I need to be the product of good luck because I gauge my success on being able to beat the market because that's the only way I can be a lock to be profitable. Okay. Everything else is just talk. If you can do that, you're a lock. Just like with blackjack. Until I knew that this is the only way to beat it using this approach, this system, then that's it. Just use that system. It's that simple. Let's go. Thank you guys. I love you guys. Love you guys. I do, man. You guys are freaking awesome, man. And I don't want to see you guys like waste money. Fuck, the world's getting so hard. Shit's getting so hard out there. Shit's getting so expensive. Like it's a scary world. We're walking around like everything's fine. World War III is on the brink of fucking happening. And if you think this shit with Iran's over, you're lost your mind. If you believe what they're telling us, this shit's just starting. This is just starting. Like these next 5 years, there's a lot going to be happening. And with AI, we're a few years away from not even knowing. You're not even going to know if I'm real. You're going to come on here, if I'm still doing this, if God blesses me with health and I'm still doing this, and you're not even going to know if I'm real. You're not going to know, is this Ace or is this AI Ace that he just, that they're just programmed. That's scary world we're about to enter, boys. It's a scary world. That's why it's good to have people you connect with and that's why I swear to you, for me, this is community. Having the SteamRoom and my subscribers, you are my community in sports betting. You see, I'm not on social media much because I don't like it. People are fake, like they're phony. They hide behind avatars. They don't really like, it's just such negativity. I can't stand it. But I love being able to talk to my guys in here as human beings. And I hope we're able to do this, guys, next year and the year after that and the year after that and navigate through this fucking crazy world. But look at inflation. Look how expensive things are. Bro, I make a lot of money. Like I make good money, thank God. And I don't earn good money. Like I get paid well from the UFC and I make decent selling picks, even though I get yelled at all the time. I should be making a lot more, but I just don't do it right. At this point in my life, I just can't. If I was like 30, maybe I'd be hungry and doing everything right with social media and making a shitload selling picks, but I'm not at where I am in my life. It's just not, I just can't make myself do it and be happy doing it. So I don't do it. But anyway, if I'm boring you, you could go, and thank you for spending some time with us and shit. I appreciate it. This is just me talking like I would if you guys were hanging in my living room and I'm just, we're just shooting the shit.
It's 11 o'clock.
Waiting to bet. And nothing's come in. I checked. And this is just me keeping it real with you. Like things are getting, I make a decent, because I saw that I made every mistake in the world. And I woke up one day close to 40 years old and I had nothing. I had maybe 20 grand in savings, another, 10 grand in accounts, maybe 5 grand in my pocket. So I had worked, hustled my whole fucking life, had a lot of great experiences and memories, had a lot of luxury items and, high dollar ticket shit, but I didn't have savings. I didn't have investments. And I started saying, fuck, bro, you're closer to fucking 50 than 20. You need to wake the fuck up. And I got real with myself at that time. I looked in the mirror. I swear to you, it was the hardest couple of days of my life where I actually tore apart myself and was honest about every mistake I made and the good qualities that I have too. And do I know what I can do to change my future? And I knew what I had to do. Stop being an idiot with money, because I made it good. I was able to make money. I just wasn't able to hold on to it. And I decided in 2010 that that was going to change. And I swear to you, by the time 2015 came around, I could afford any car I wanted. I could live comfortably, go wherever I wanted. And I still drove a Toyota Corolla, a Toyota Camry, forgive me, a Toyota Camry, because it was paid off. And I was going to the UFC, driving up the fighters, the cast, going through the, security, all that. They all beautiful cars. And I would go there with my freaking Toyota Camry, just buying my time, saying, dude, just do the right thing, do the right thing, do the right thing, do the right thing. And it was the first time in my life that I did the right thing. And I lived below my means. I lived in the same house we lived in because we had like no payment. I didn't go out and buy clothes. I didn't go to nice restaurants. I lived below my means. And in 5 years, I had saved so much money that my life fucking changed in that short amount of time. And I realized that all I had to do is the right thing over and over and over again. That's it. Well, to make a long story short, I made good investments. It was the time of crypto. It was just timing. And to make a long story short, because of that, I have investments. So I don't have to like sell picks and shit. But I like doing it, especially because this is who I am, to be honest with you. But it's given me everything as far as like financially, my financial freedom, my security, everything came. And this is my giving back, bro. And I know it sounds corny and lame, but I feel happy doing this. I wake up fucking proud, because I talked about this before, that I came to a crossroads where I wasn't sure I was going to be able to sell picks anymore. I didn't know if being who I wanted to be and a good Christian, if that made sense. Because am I urging people to sin, to gamble? I'm just keeping it real, bro. And then confiding in people who I trusted would give me honest advice. And because of their counsel, I continue to do it, because they did make sense. That I know deep down I'm doing this the right way. I have 2 5% today because that's how it turned out. It's not because I'm trying to sell 2 5% packages. Because if I was, I wouldn't waste the 5%. Because this could turn out real bad for me. I could go 0-2 and 5%, and then you're not selling one for a long time. And because I'm on a hot streak, why take this chance? It's stupid. Put one up, I have a 50-50 chance. You know what I mean? So what I'm trying to get at is, I know that I'm doing this the right way. That the information I share, the knowledge I share, the experience I share is to try to help young bettors and guys who are going to do this anyway. Hopefully, at least attempt to do it the right way. And if they're not, to help them realize that they're not going to make money doing it any other way but the right way. So please stop doing it. Cancel your subscription from me. Please. I'm saying this right now. Whoever wants to quit, go, please email support. Let them know. I will fucking go on Slack when we get off this and let them know they can refund your money back. Like, if you don't think this is for you and you want to do it right, but you signed up for me, after what I've said, please stop betting, stop gambling. Like, get a refund first for your subscription, and then take that money, bro, and turn around and walk away and never look back. Like, go on with your life, and I hope you reach all your fucking goals and are happy. Like, I don't want gamblers. Like, I'm not trying to, that's not who I'm trying to fucking work with. I'm not trying to hit people's emotions. I'm not trying to turn people's emotions on to try to extract money from them. That's not my fucking goal at all, at all. I'm trying to provide value for as many bettors as possible. And honestly, during what is a really tough world and tough times, yeah, it's good to have people around. So I know I'm going off on tangents. Forgive me. I just saw this war shit and seeing how on the news they're like it's over and we won, and just people going around all nonchalant, like, bro, this stuff's bad. Things is crazy. Things are crazy. Damn, I finished number 1 out of 31 handicappers in NFL and college football combined. Fuck yeah. Here's the beauty. Here's the best part. And here's what you got to ask yourself. This has nothing to do with me. Again, not the tout, but here's what you got to ask yourself moving forward, not with me, with anyone else. I'm number 1 in NFL and college football combined over 31 cappers with a 55%, 54.7. So I went 55% and I had a 4.1% ROI. If you go back to when I sat down with Kelly in 2017, here's what I promised everyone. That I can't promise you I'm going to win this bet. I can't promise you I'm going to win today, this week, or this month. But what I can promise you is that over the course of a year, I will place enough bets that I have statistical significance. And with that makes me a mathematical certainty to turn a profit. So I promise you, if given health, I will be profitable over the long term. So over the next 10 years, I can be certain that I will win at least 6 out of 10 of those. And what did I do? I went on and won, I think, 9 out of 10, 8 out of 11. Okay? Doing exactly this because this is sustainable. That's what I said. I worked with these groups long enough, and whenever asked, what do they win? What's their return? And I said, the best I've ever seen that you can expect is a 5% ROI. Like that was when I was working with the real poker kids. And I'm not saying there's fake ones out there. I'm talking about that Chip Reese was alive. When Chip Reese was alive and he was coming out with the baseball, it was his program. He was the poker. He was the poker guy. Okay. I could expect a 5% ROI long term. That was the best. And that's what I explained when I sat down with Kelly in 2017, 9 years ago. That's sustainable between 2 and 5. Above that is hard to sustain. Next year with NFL and college football, anyone who's betting NFL and college football that doesn't sign up with me is an idiot. You heard it right here. And this ain't me trying to tout, because that's the kind of math that's sustainable. And that's what should excite you. Instead, I'm not going to sell a lot because that's not sexy. Who's going to sell a lot is whoever at WagerTalk had maybe 50 plays and won 70%, 68%. And God bless them, whoever did that. They had a great fucking season, and I hope them and their subscribers made so much fucking money. God bless them. How hot are we running in NBA? Right now, if this game was over, we win. We're favorites right now to go 2-0 in the morning. Oh, fuck. We're about, this is crazy. Dude, the power ratings. I'm already, this is tomorrow's shit. Like, this is, I'm the work that I'm putting in. You have no idea. You have no idea. That's why I'm not doing fucking, why do you think I don't have 80 social media videos out there? I should be going down the WagerTalk to Westgate and doing videos every day. I just can't, man, because I'm doing this. I'm grinding. So I went 55% on over 800 bets with a 4.1% ROI. Here's the beauty of that. That's sustainable. That's 55%. I didn't have to defy probability. But if you saw 80%, then you better run. Because the one thing you could be sure of, I'm going to regress towards the mean. Because there ain't no fucking way I'm an 80% capper in the NFL and college football. Nobody is. Nobody is. But I could be a 55% guy forever. I could do that and print money forever. That's a beautiful fucking thing. That's 119 units. At $10 a unit. Made over a dime. Made over a dime. That's what I'm talking about. That's sustainable. Yeah, I'm messing with calcium poly market. I don't understand the fee structure yet. That's what the problem I'm having. And I'm so used to laying 11 to win 10. The way that the pricing is, I'm not fast with it. That's why I don't mess with it, Bobby, to be honest with you. I think it's a great opportunity to offer more liquidity in our market and to line shop. I wish I perfected it, but let me give this to you guys out there. Seriously, if there's any really smart guy out there that just doesn't have capital, but has a really good idea, reach out. That's how I got with the card counting. That's how I learned to be an advanced blackjack player. So if someone's got any kind of AI thing going, anything going on, need capital, has good ideas, ace is down. All right, come on, Orlando and over. Come on. Here's what I forgot. Here's what pisses me off, that we didn't money line a dog. Every NBA bet that I release as a dog, sprinkle money line. Remember that, okay? I said it on WagerTalk today. I talked about it on last week, and I did it with a couple of our bets. I did it with our 5% on the Lakers. I did it with our 5%, I think, on Minnesota. So I'm doing it. I'm just not remembering it all the time. And today, since I had a 3% on Orlando, I should have had 1% on the money line when I'm betting the dog. On every money line, we should do that, because you're seeing how they're doing. Like, the points are for pussies at this point. You're seeing the dogs that are covering or winning the games. It's playoff time. You should expect that. We talk about it March Madness. You can't quantify motivation, but rest assured, everyone's motivated right now to win. Everyone's motivated right now to win. Hit that like button. Smash that like button, boys. All right. Now, Keith, what I've been doing is I give 5% play and then add 1%. Like, we had 5% on the Lakers plus 5, and then 1% on the Lakers, like plus 170 or whatever. The day before that, whatever, plus 8, and then plus 210. And yeah, they came through on the money line also. So yeah, I'm adding extra. Listen, I talked about this before. There's times during the year I look to take advantage that the liquidity and the value is just greater. That's just the truth. There's a reason why I went through the entire season. Go check how many 5% I had in the regular season in the NBA. I would venture a guess, probably 0 to 3. In an entire NBA season that I finished profitable, I may have had 0 to 3. The entire college basketball season, where I think I finished, top 3 in profit, or I was top 3 in profit the entire year, I don't think I had 5% the entire season. So far in regular season in baseball, I'm in hockey, number 1 in profit. I haven't had a 5% yet in hockey. I don't do it. I wait until it's really warranted, because for a 4% play for me is 1% of bankroll. That's a big bet. That's a big bet for the volume we fire, because I'm doing this for real. I'm not doing this to sell picks. If I was doing it to sell picks, I wouldn't speak like that, and it would be all about pushing the 5s, the 5. But for my subscribers, the difference between a 4% and a 5% is nothing. It's negligible at best. They're betting 100. If they have a $10,000 bankroll today, they're betting 125. Yesterday they bet 100. It's a $25 difference between yesterday's 4% and today's 5%. They're just betting $25 more. That's it. Off 10 grand. So for every 10,000 someone has with me, I'm telling them they should only bet $25 more. That's just me keeping it real, because that's how you should do it for real. Again, the internet's fake. We talked about that when we started this. The internet's not real. The internet is fake. That's why, what do they call it? You know what I mean? Virtual world. It's the virtual world. That's where everybody wins. Everybody's got a 12-inch cock. Everybody fucks a model. Yeah, we all drive a Lamborghini. We all go to clubs in Miami and don't wait in line. You know how it is. Our everyday life, mine and yours. Yeah, real good. And so you guys, I won't waste more of your time. We went over all the Major League Baseball. There's been no premium yet in baseball, but I told you what the strongest were. It was under in San Diego and Arizona, also under in Washington and the White Sox, and then Houston and the under against the Yankees. Those were the strongest baseball, but those are for 5 hours from now. We're in no rush. They haven't even put in their lineups yet. So I have no rush to confirm anything. NBA, we have Orlando and the over, and then I have a 5% on a late game. Nothing else. In premium, in hockey, you know what I like. We went over that, but I only have one premium play. That's a 4%. That's it. Again, this is only going to be the fourth playoff bet I've given in hockey. We haven't lost one yet. I like this one a lot. And then UFC, I've given out 3 plays so far. One's a 5%. We got closing line value, but it's still bettable. And when I get off of here, I will go work on more MMA and see what else I can confirm. And the college baseball, we should have finals within the next 2 hours. We'll see where we sit, and only then will we have more volume, because I don't want to end up with 20 plays unless we start off 7-3 in the first 10. See how that makes sense? My job is to make sure you make money. As long as I make you money, I'm going to do just fine. I'm not trying to sell picks. That's doing it backwards. If I can make you money and I provide you value, I'm going to do just fine. So I'll get you out of here. God bless you and yours. Stay safe. Stay safe. Remember, don't waste your time on self-help books and all that nonsense. The gentleman from Harvard said it the best. Every self-help book is a footnote of the New Testament. So take 10 minutes out of your day. Start off with the New Testament. I promise you. A lot of answers to regular life in there and what's going on in this crazy world. Live below your means. Don't show off for anybody, because nobody gives a fuck about you, especially for women. You men out there, stop doing that. Nothing's going to put you behind more than chasing after women. God bless you. Stay safe, and we're going to do it again.